Back here at NSUSpartans.com, here with softball head coach Heidi Cavallo. Season's just around the corner. It's only February 9th, but it's a week away already. So middle of basketball season, and softball starts already. But Coach, looking towards the season, last year you talked about how you guys had depth, and you lost a little bit of depth as the season gone on for one reason or another. But now you got even more of it. You got 18 players on the roster. Obviously, there's only 10 spots at most out there in the field at a time.
Right.
So just talk about what having this depth now really gives you an advantage of being able to do different things.
When we ended last season and started this season, the biggest thing was we needed depth. We needed to make sure we had enough players at each position. If something happened, injury, anything, we wanted to make sure we had someone who was very kind of fluid in that position.
Yeah.
And we feel like we have that. Obviously, you don't ever know what's going to happen all season. But to start right now, we have players pushing for starting roles, and we have almost 2 players at every position. I think it's going to help us going into the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and you talked about before that when you have that depth, it allows you to mix the lineups up.
Right.
If you're going against a left-handed hitter, you can throw out your right-handed hitters. So
Right.
it really gives you many different options as far as the lineup or even the positions in the field you got them at.
Well, what we've talked about a lot actually as a whole is not even that, but if someone's just not having a good series or a good day, we know that there's someone else to pick them up. They have a teammate behind them that can come in that day and have a great day and hopefully pick it up where we left off and start back over for the next person the next day. And it's pushing them to work harder, and it's pushing us to have a lot of options offensively and defensively. And when it comes down to that lineup, who's performing is going to be out there. So we have some good choices.
When you talk about the lineup, you're really excited about the mix of power and speed. You got players out there that can set the table for you, and you got the players that can drive them in.
Right.
And you're really looking forward to the season to start to see how that's going to mix in as well.
We are excited. Obviously, you don't know till you get out there live, but in the past we've had 1 or 2 really quick players, and now we have a good handful, and so you can do more things with that. You can play short game and get runners on and then drive it in with power. You have the opportunity to steal more bases and advance more, and that's only going to step our game up, and we love that we have those options. And so if we're facing a tougher pitcher and the power's not there, we have the speed hopefully, and we can play the short game and change it up a little bit.
Yeah, and just talk about first, you guys lost a couple pieces here and there from last year. Jeanette Salceda and Casey Palmer were the big losses, your pitcher and starting left fielder.
Right.
An all-MEAC player and pretty much one of the 5 best pitchers in the MEAC as well.
Right.
But you guys brought back a lot of, it's not like you've lost everything. You got a lot coming back, and it starts obviously with Danielle Wright in center, who's pretty much one of the top 3 players in the MEAC, 5-tool player if there is one in softball. Talk about her, and then just talk about the seniors and the juniors, the players you got coming back and what they're really going to bring to the table this year.
We're looking for Danielle to have a standout senior year. If she does what she's done the past 3 years this year, she's going to dominate, and she's a strong hitter. She's definitely aggressive on the base path, and in the outfield, she has a gun, and she really closes that gap, and she stops other offenses from advancing, and it changes our game. When she's on, we're on, and we really are looking for her to have a fantastic season. Along with Danielle, we have senior Whitney Holland, and she kind of came in last year and was out for a little bit of an injury, and so it'll be nice for her to be in at third from the get-go and not miss those early games, and that way she's comfortable with conference play. She's worked really hard, she's very strong, and she's very fundamentally sound at third. And then we have Candace Vasquez at second base, who, along with all the other seniors, has really worked on her offense. She's looking to have a standout year as a senior. This is it for them, and they're really excited. Along with the 3 of them is pitcher Elizabeth Castaneda, and she wants to go out with a bang. And so we're looking for her to be that senior pitcher, that senior leader, and hopefully, when she's on the mound, she's controlling the game for us.
Yeah, you're saying the seniors want to go out in style. They kind of understand this is their last year now. But obviously not just the seniors. You got you got Gypsy Ramirez now. She's a junior. You got a bunch of sophomores coming back who showed a lot of promise last year. Maybe now they have one season. Now you're looking for that consistency out of them. So your junior and sophomore class, what are you kind of expecting out of those girls that are coming back as well?
We're expecting a lot from them. You know, for Gibsy Ramirez, we ask a lot of her. She's our utility player, and I think no matter where she's at on the field for us, she's going to be a strong contender. She's definitely, right now, from what we can see, having the best offensive year so far. Obviously, we haven't played yet, but just watching her practice and live, she's swinging the bat really, really well. So we are expecting a lot from her. Then we also have Jillian Girizzo, who's finally eligible, you know, from transferring, and she can't wait to get out there and play.
She's a junior as well.
She's a junior as well,
hasn't played for 2 full seasons now.
Right.
So
getting her back out there and getting her live, I think, is going to be key. But she's that spark plug for us, and she's a fireball, and she cannot wait to get out there. She's going to be key for us in the outfield and offensively as well. We have 2 junior transfers coming in. Marjorie and Chelsea, both are coming from Lewisburg, so they have that game time experience, which is huge.
They're not going to come in and be overwhelmed like freshmen sometimes are. They know what to expect.
They've played together. They've come in and they have the innings behind them, so they'll be able to jump right in, you know, and be at that junior status, and we're excited for that. Chelsea behind the plate as a catcher, and then Marjorie either in the infield or an outfield for us. The sophomore class, we're expecting a lot from them.
Yeah.
They came in as freshmen and they showed up to play. And so now it's just making sure that sophomore year they don't kind of get complacent. They've worked even harder than they did their freshman year. They're a really unique group. It's a great group of girls, and they really push this team.
And they're not just, you know, they're obviously sophomores, but number 1 pitcher's a sophomore, your catcher's a sophomore, one of your best top utility, maybe DP is a sophomore, so it's not like they're role players either. They play a major part in what they're going to do this year.
All 5 of them play a huge part in what we're doing. We knew they were special last year when they came in, and when we saw what they could produce. This year, you know, I think our season depends on how well they come in as sophomores now. With Jamie Shuley on the mound, I mean, we are putting the pressure on her. She's accepted the challenge and she's worked hard, so we can't wait to see her live. And her with Kathy Cortez behind the plate, they're a great battery. It's really hard to have that good connection, and they have it. It's a great pitcher-catcher connection, and we're excited to see them, you know, come game time.
And especially now, it's the second year that they've had that. You know, they were both freshmen last year, so they understand each other a little more and what to expect.
They definitely have an unspoken language that they speak to each other, and I see it every day in the bullpen, and it's awesome to see. You know, they know where each other stands. So, and then we have Melina Valles at first, and we're looking for her to be really strong day in and day out at the plate for us. Morgan Boyd, I mean, she is our speed, and so we're looking for her to do big things on the base pass for us. And then,
especially her last year, because she started off so slow, and you saw what could happen. As the season went on, she hit over 400 in the last half of the season at least or more. So
when you have speed like that, you put the ball in play, you can make a lot of things happen. And so we're excited for her, and she'll be back in the outfield again for us this year. And then Nikki Jones, I mean, the power that comes off that bat, it's unreal, and she's been swinging really, really well. Just getting her confident, you know, whether we need her at one at bat, we need her to hold DP, or we need her in the infield. And she stepped up to the challenge. She's ready to be anywhere for us at any time. So it's a good class. It's special.
And obviously too, you know, you got all those can pretty much almost make your starting 9 or 10, but you still got freshmen coming in who aren't going to just sit on the bench and do nothing either. They're going to come in and do some things that you need them as well. Talk about the freshman class and what they're bringing.
Absolutely. You know, when we brought this freshman class in, I mean, we expect them to want to play. We don't expect them to want to learn and just sit. And they've been pushing hard. They really want to get in that starting lineup. We have freshman pitcher Liz Riley. She's going to see a lot of time, and you know, we don't have the time for her to ease into it. We're throwing her out there. She's going to throw a lot of games for us, and she's a winner, and she works hard, so she's going to succeed, and we're hoping she succeeds when we get out there come game time. And then we have Allie Moriarty, who has stepped up her game. It's a transition going from the high school game to the college game, but she's working hard every day. She's very open to everything we're doing on the field. She's working really hard for us.
And obviously Whitney Gray is short as well, another infielder that's really going to be relying on as well early on too.
Whitney Gray, you know, when she gets to the collegiate level as a shortstop, she's going to be unstoppable, and that's what we're working on day in, day out, making sure she has that game down. And when she's in there, she's powerful. She's little, she's fast, but she's powerful, and she's going to create a lot for us at the plate. So we're excited to have her as well.
And you also got your 2 freshmen, or 2 players that can provide some pop in the line as well, and Robin Mitchell and Haley Ward, a pair of left-handed hitters, or Haley's I think switch hitter too. A pair of players that can hit left-handed or so, and they're providing that more of that power, along with Danielle and Melina and Whitney in third as well. So
we've been very surprised, not surprised, but very happy with Robin to date. She's popping the ball. I mean, she's hitting very sound. We've been going live off of our pictures. We're really happy at where she's at right now. She worked hard in the off season. She can drive the ball, and it's nice to have it from the left side, not so much from the right side, so we can mix things up that way as well. And then Haley Warren, she's the same thing. She gets a pitch, it's going, and she's worked hard as well. And again, it's nice to have that left-handed power. It's natural for them on the left side, and I think we'll pretty much keep Haley over there on the left side. It's nice to see her there.
Yeah, you got 5 freshmen this year, and we should still, we don't want to give away too much, but obviously you're going to honor, for people that don't know, the freshman who was supposed to be here this year, Jasmine Foreman, passed away in a car accident back in June. Without giving away too much, but you are going to honor her. Just talk about a little bit of what you're going to do to honor her throughout the season, and what that means for the team to be able to do that. For someone who never even played a game for you guys, but means so much to this program.
The biggest thing about Jasmine is, we've talked a lot as a team, is once they commit to us, we're committed to them and to their family, and she committed to us, and so her family is now part of our family. So we want to make sure we have a little bit of a special moment with them before our first home game. And so we're going to honor them and all of her family who's here. And also, the Grassfield High School softball team and those that did know her so well. We want to make sure that they feel like this is home and they can be out here at any point during the season. We're definitely going to put some special decals on our helmet to make sure we remember day in and day out when we're out here. She was going to be a part of this family, and she may not be here with us in the field, but she's watching over us. So we want to make sure it's a special day for her family.
Yep. Like I said, it's only a week away now. A week away, the start of the season. Obviously, you play on the road at North Carolina Central, and then the home game is just around the corner. Let's see, Today's the 9th. Today's a Thursday, so that would make it 9 days away.
Yep.
So
excited.
Saturday the 18th, if I knew my math right, Spartans will be out here on the field. Begins at noon on that Saturday. They play noon and 2 Saturday and Sunday, and then tournament the next weekend here at home. Big tournament. We've got a bunch of teams coming in. And obviously too, with all these home, you guys have got about, I think it's about 25 home games too.
Right.
It's pretty much just about almost half of your season as well at home.
Right.
So you guys are kind of, I'm sure, excited about that, to be able to have half your games, especially with still a lot of kids young and stuff. Half your games at home. Don't have to worry too much yet about the travel, about all the other stuff as well.
We're really excited, and we have a lot of games at home early on in the season. We really packed our schedule early on to make sure that we're ready for anything from conference play. Get those pitchers out there, the younger players, get them a lot of innings. That way, come conference time, we're good, we're set, and we're ready to go. We know what we have as a team when we get there, and probably will have a lot of innings under us by the time we get there.
Yep. Like I said, the Spartans will kick off their home season Saturday, the 18th, here at the NSU softball field. From there, it's Saturday, Sunday, noon and 2, and then next weekend, big tournament. So make sure you come on out and support your Spartans. Hopefully we'll have some good weather.
We've been blessed so far.
It's been somewhat warm, a little cool, but the sun's out, and that's all that matters for softball.
Absolutely.
So, if you can't make it to the game either, we'll also have NSUSpartans.com. We'll have live stats and a live video of every home game. Live stats are free, and the live video has a cost to it, but check it out at NSUSpartans.com. And then for all your information this year, keep up on YouTube and NSUSpartans.com for everything about softball.